Bye-bye boot. See you later, boot. Welcome to my week 7 to the day recovery from my Achilles rupture. Again, that happened on December 10th. Can't believe it's been 7 weeks already. How fast time goes. But I have progressed again. I am on day 3 of walking in shoes. No more boot for me, which is awesome because I'll be honest, I was sick and tired of that freaking boot. So stoked to be back in shoes, and it feels really good. I am much slower in my shoes than I am in the boot, but it feels good just to have my normal shoes on and walking normally without the boot. You know, still limping quite a bit and very, very, very slow turtle pace, but without the boot going forward, anytime there's good weather. I am in Cleveland, Ohio, so if there's ice, if there's snow, definitely gonna wear the boot because it's dangerous. So I'll be wearing the boot from now until the end of winter, whenever the conditions are bad. So I guess this was a bit dramatic. I'm gonna go ahead and get this back out and just keep it in a safe place for those rare occurrences I need it going forward. But in the shoe, so totally stoked about that. Wearing a shoe to work, wearing the shoe at home, feeling really good, bought some new shoes. There they are, if you can see them. You can see that there is a nice heel to toe drop, giving me about 3/4 of an inch of drop. So kind of like a wedge for the shoe. I'm also wearing a little gel pad in the shoe, which gives me a little additional lift in my heel, help my gait, and help my stride while I'm walking without stretching the Achilles too much. So I will show you my new bootless walk, which it's a little sad still, but I'm really, really happy about it. So here it is. Sorry, camera's gotta be the right angle. So I'm not sure how great you could see that, but really focusing on doing the natural stride, landing on the toe or midfoot and rolling. Using my other foot to support during the roll, because I don't have the strength in the calf or the Achilles to do it by itself, but still focusing on getting that correct, stride, landing and then pushing off, even with the support of the other foot. I'm also walking with my feet a bit wider. That seems to give me a little more natural stride without limping. If I walk close together like I normally do, I do seem to limp a bit more. So, 2 days really into walking without my boot, so it's pretty bad, and I'm hoping it progresses quickly. But it feels so great to be in my shoes, so I want to celebrate that. 7 weeks post-injury, walking in shoes. So slow but building strength. Also want to show you guys the Thompson test, a little do-at-home Thompson test. This is one of the biggest things I was concerned about. Making sure it's connected. Roll down my sleeve here. So here's my good foot Thompson test. Squeeze here, definite movement. And you kind of go up, and the higher you get on the calf, the less you notice the movement of the toes. So here's up high, and here's down low of my healthy foot. Well, here's my unhealthy foot, and it's important, you gotta keep it super relaxed, no tension whatsoever, and squeeze. Take the shoe off, show it a bit better. squeeze, squeeze. See it's moving? Squeeze. Now moving up and less noticeable on the movement. Then I start moving down and you see the foot move. So that's my Thompson test on week 7. Get my shoe back on here. So with that, I am definitely progressing on the rehab as well. Still doing my range of motions. So I brought my band. I will show you my range of motion exercises. Pretty much the same as before, just putting a healthy amount of strain. So straight-legged, doing point the toes and then resist. Holding it down, using the calf muscle to hold my foot in a plantar flex. And I give as much resistance as I can until I feel a strain, and then I relax it. And I'm doing that, just kind of throughout the evening, just no rep range, just consistently doing it each night after I come home from work and the kids are in bed and I'm on the couch. So then I do one at neutral, which I have just now reached neutral, which is exciting. My foot couldn't reach neutral before, so now I put at neutral, same thing. Resist, 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 until I feel a strain, and then I let it go. And then the same thing, bent leg, flexion, same thing. And then at neutral, same thing. And then I do the resistance, what feels comfortable, and I point, and I point, and I point. And as much resistance as I can before I feel a strain. So I reach that point and then I lower the resistance. Same thing, bent leg. I'm also doing where put your foot on the ground like this, and your other foot there, and you try to lift it up. Lift up your toes. Lift up your toes. I don't let myself lift up my toes, but I'm trying my best. And you can see the shin, that muscle there, really firing. Really firing. And then I'm doing my seated calf raises here. Resisting until I feel a strain. Until I feel a strain. But it's feeling really good. Relatively speaking. Doing my standing calf raises now. And coming down. Up and coming down. Up and coming down. So doing lots of those too now. I would say week 7, I'm maybe 15, 20, maybe 25% using the injured leg for those calf raises, those heel raises. Most of it's still my good leg, and I'm just, again, just like the other exercises, doing it until I feel the teeniest strain, and then I pull back. But I'm going to keep progressively loading it until I feel that teeny strain, and then I'm going to pull back, because I'm not about getting injured again. I just want to keep moving forward. I actually got this idea from someone on the Facebook group of a scale. So you kind of hold the counter, put the scale down, and this is not scientific. This just kind of gives you a broad baseline of how much weight you are putting on your injured foot. So I'm going to show you this. Put 2 hands down and do a 1. I don't know if I'll be able to show this well, but I'll try. I'll explain it if you can't see it. Doing one foot with support and lifting and holding and then coming back down. And with the scale, it gives you a measurement. And you kind of just look at it while you're doing it and say, okay, I was lifting X amount of pounds on that one-footed heel raise. And then you compare that to your body weight, and you kind of know where you are. So I've done it a few times, and I've always been at that 45-pound mark. So I'm supporting the rest of my body on the counter and doing about 45 pounds, roughly, might be less. You know, it's not scientific, it's just a baseline, and you can use it to see your progression on my injured leg on the scale. So I think that's gonna be a useful idea to kind of check myself every week going forward. I'm also doing a lot of support holds. Where I kind of rock back and forth, and then bad foot, just hold it, you know? 30 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever you do. You know, if you get uncomfortable off balance, put your foot down. If you can hold it, you know? Feel that healthy tension on the Achilles without hurting it. So I feel like those are going really well as well. I'm going to show you how I take the stairs. So navigating stairs, obviously a huge hurdle with this injury. Stairs are more or less your enemy, so you want to be very careful taking them. If you can have a handrail, use that. But this is how I'm taking the stairs. So the important thing is making sure your whole foot is on the stair. A lot of times with the stairs, you have your heel hanging off and you push with your calf, like a heel lift. That's dangerous with this injury. Get your entire foot on the stair and push up in a plantar flexion. So the way I do it is I kind of put it to the side and I push. To the side and I push. To the side and I push. Side, push, side, push. And that's pretty easy for me. I can do that without much difficulty. Going down, I'm going down sideways, one at a time. You can do bad foot first. You can do good foot first. Just keeping the foot in a plantar flexion, nice and safe. And that's my life on stairs. I can think for the next 3-4 months. I don't know how long it's gonna be until I'm really confident past the 6-month mark of taking stairs. So doing stairs like that, not as fast as the old way, but still pretty good. I know a lot of people on the Facebook group are really interested in how people manage to stay healthy, fit, not go stir crazy, just sitting down, and doing nothing and recovering that way. So 3 important things. Sleep, number 1. I sleep 7 to 9 hours every single night. I rarely have to use an alarm, so my body's getting the appropriate amount of sleep for me, and that's super important. You heal the most in your sleep. I have been sleeping without the boot. My last video I tried and it didn't go well, but 2 days later I tried again and it went fine. And sometimes you kind of push with your toes to like roll over or like grab your sheet. I've done that a few times and felt the Achilles pushing, but not painful. Just I noticed it. It woke me up for a second. I rolled back over and I went to sleep. So sleeping without the boot, so much better than sleeping with the boot. So stoked to be doing that again. Talk about nutrition. So previous to the injury, I was really diligent nutritionally. I don't want to say I did the keto diet or paleo diet, but I ate mostly vegetables and meat. Had a couple, maybe 2 cheat meals per week, but I was really lean, about 2,000 calories, and that worked for me. Since the injury, I wanted to feed my body an extra amount of calories so that it could heal better, just provide more calories, more nutrients, at the expense of a little bit of weight gain, just to give my body, my injury, what it needs to recuperate. So with that, I've been I also, I've used it as an excuse. It was December 10th, it's Christmas time, Christmas cookies, chocolates, flavored popcorn, there's stuff everywhere and families forcing stuff down your throat. So I kind of used this as an excuse to indulge a little bit, and no regrets. I did it, and I wanted to do it. I planned to do it. I wanted to give myself extra calories, so I did. I also drank a lot of Christmas ale, Cleveland, Ohio, Great Lakes Christmas ale. I did not hold back. Normally I hold back. I kind of ration myself on how much alcohol I imbibe in. But since the injury, since I was extra caloring anyways, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna relax and drink my 2 Christmas ales every night and eat my 3 cookies every day. So I probably overdid it, but it's time to dial it back in. I gained 10 pounds so fast, and that's even still doing a little bit of exercise, hitting the exercise bike. So now that I've kind of gotten past that initial recovery where the tendon had to reattach, I'm gonna start dialing it back in. I'm not gonna be eating like I was before. I'm still gonna give myself extra calories for another few months at least, but not being so over the top with it. So nutrition, extra calories, still eating healthy, lots of vegetables, lots of meat. So trying to rebuild the collagen, give myself all the amino acids, everything I can to help that come along with my food intake. Exercise. So a lot of people ask about exercise, like what can you do? Super basic stuff for me. I have a home gym, but I have squat rack, bench press, dumbbells, plates, bumper plates, rings. I bought an exercise bike. I got all this stuff super cheap. The exercise bike cost me $50. It's an old school one, huge resistance bike. So I'll walk you through what I do at home, and I think it's easy. So if you buy one of those $20 pull-up bars that you hang on your door, or you just buy a couple dumbbells, that's all you need to stay active, to stay healthy. But here's what I do. If this helps motivate you, great. I go into my garage where I have my rings. Obviously, I'm hanging from rings. I want to be safe with my foot, so I don't push it. I do exactly what I know I can do, no more. There will always be an opportunity to do more. Chalk up, safety first. Hang on here. And that's my little ring routine. Do as many sets of that as you want, but stay active, stay healthy. This injury does have an end, and you want to be able to enjoy life when it's over. So every other part of you that's working, I recommend keep it working well. You don't have to deal with rebuilding your quads as well as your calf when you don't have to. We're gonna interrupt my daughter watching The Little Mermaid, so sorry about that. But here also, bike and dumbbells. Dumbbells, easy. Presses, curls, rows, twists, put them down. These are great for heel lift, or if you have Olympic lifting shoes, or a rolled up towel. Put your feet here, nice and stable. It allows you to squat. Squatting. Good for the quads. Push-ups. Use the good foot. Bad foot barely does anything. Push-ups. And then this is the most important thing for me, recovery-wise. Foot down, resistance low, pedal. Foot in a good position without the boots. Put it at a resistance that's easy to do this. If you put the boot on, you can crank the resistance all the way up and hammer those quads, hammer those hamstrings, hammer those glutes. Get a huge leg pump, but only with the boot, because it takes a lot of force to move the pedal. If I'm not wearing the boot, light resistance, blood flow. Keep it moving. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed a day in the life. For me, for my recovery, I got my exercise in for the day, which is awesome. I hope to put out another video in 2 weeks and show you guys a much improved walk and hopefully some improved calf definition. We'll see. I'll leave you and myself for reference with a calf hold to show definition. Be well.